In other news, Minister in the Prime Minister's office, Lim Swee Say, has urged students to take a greater interest in the Chinese language because having a good command of it is becoming increasingly important. He spoke to them at a forum today.
The future of the world may not necessarily be China-centric, but Minister Lim Swee Say said China will be a part of the future, adding that China's growing influence should not be ignored. Fielding questions in both English and Mandarin, Mr. Lim dished out practical advice on how to work with the Chinese.
Try not to impress the Chinese that you can be as Chinese or even more Chinese than them. Now, there are 1.3 billion Chinese, all right? So they don't need another one more, no? But rather, what they are looking to us is to bring something that they do not know, you see. At the same time, I must be able to speak enough of their language so that I can explain to them why, in what way we are different, why we are different, but more importantly, why we can learn from each other, leverage on each other. So in other words, being bilingual, in my view, is very important.
Students asked a variety of questions, from China's impending leadership renewal, its rise in economic power, and what Singapore can offer as a small country.
What if China and the West can already establish a bridge on themselves? If that happens, what is the advantage that Singapore has?
Mr. Lim said the role of bilingual and bicultural Singaporeans goes beyond being a bridge.
We're not trying to position ourselves as an effective interpreter. We learn from the best of the West, we learn from the best of the East, we put them together, what we call the eclectic approach. Eclectic means you take the best feature of the world, you put them together, you adapt it, and make it something uniquely Singapore. And that uniquely Singapore is really our biggest strength.
This is the largest forum since Business China launched the China Quotient Student Forum in 2010. Business China said this is a reflection of the growing interest in China among youths.